Now what's this gonna be? You know how I played it all. That nigga burning G. All by his bread. Bitch, I'm all up by my bread. All by my bread. Bitch, I'm all up by my bread. All by my bread. Now what's this gonna be? You know how I played it all. That nigga burning G.
Welcome back to another episode on the PBC, Pelican Bay's Corner, where I'm giving it to you fair and unbiased, raw and uncut. Some gonna like it, and some ain't. It's your boy K9s, giving you that breaking news. We got some breaking news today, my brothers and sisters. I hope everybody having a great weekend, enjoying your weekend, enjoying the weekend weather. But we got some breaking news, and you wouldn't believe where this breaking news coming from. Well, maybe you would believe it. South Carolina, more breaking news coming from South Carolina. It ain't my fault, just giving you the news when the news come up. Big shout out to the brothers and sisters, like I said, down in the chat. Everybody that's watching the video, no matter where you at, across this good old earth, hit that like button up, subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed to the channel yet, so you can be the first to get that news when I drop these videos. This time we coming from Saluda, South Carolina. Hey, it just is what it is, man. Brother arrested, same old, dog fighting and animal cruelty charges. 22 dogs seized, if I'm not mistaken. Could be 22, 23, somewhere around that area. Dogs seized. Same forte, scratched up dogs, skinny dogs, not housed properly. Same forte like you always see, man. But like I said, I'm going to give you this news, and then we're going to talk about it a little bit and get back in a little bit of this dog talk when we're done. So you know where you got it from first, man. It's your boy, K9s. Let's go.
Tonight, over in Saluda County, as a man is facing animal cruelty charges. 31-year-old Devontae Scott charged with animal fighting or baiting, as well as ill treatment of animals. He was booked into Saluda County Detention Center, and this case will now be prosecuted by the 11th Circuit Solicitor's Office.
Saluda, SC, WJBF. The South Carolina Law Enforcement Division has charged a man from Saluda County for allegedly having 22 pit bull-style dogs in poor condition on his property. Devontae Raheem Scott, 31, was charged with animal fighting or baiting and ill treatment of animals on Tuesday, March 24th. Scott was subsequently booked into the Saluda County Detention Center. According to arrest warrants, numerous dogs were observed to have scarring, open wounds, inadequate housing, and were restrained with heavy chains after officials conducted a search warrant. Warrants also state that several blue barrels were found lying on the grounds that were used for makeshift shelters. Saluda County Animal Services said it was able to rescue 6 of the dogs. The other 16 were taken care of with a rescue group based out of Charlotte. The Saluda County Sheriff's Office and the local animal rescue organization assisted SLED in the case.
It's going down just like that, man, here in South Carolina. That's why I told y'all, brothers, when the governor gave that press conference, probably about 2 years ago, a year and a half ago or something, like when the governor gave the press conference, man, they know what they doing over here in South Carolina. They going from city to city, county to county, locking brothers up for dog fighting and animal cruelty. If you was never on your best behavior with these dogs, the time is now. If your circle wasn't small, the time is now. It just is what it is out here, man. This is not the time to be. That's why I told y'all, brothers and sisters. Brothers want to brag about or think it's something that to talk about because you travel here or you travel there. Them days long gone, long over, And like I said, I tell this to anybody, man. I tell this to any damn body. Imagine me going to a square, standing around a square at this point right now, standing around a square with 30 people. You know how paranoid I'll be? I couldn't even enjoy the match because I'm wondering which one of these 30 people done hit that call the police button, done hit that camera and recorded me out here by this square. Out of these 30 folk right here, You know, I couldn't do it if I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't do it if I wanted to. Because simply, for the simple fact, and one thing I know, two things for sure. I done seen brothers pull them cell phones out and start recording around that box. You know? It's no morals in the dog game. You know, if you a bulldog, and that's the first thing you should damn know about bulldog game, is don't pull no damn phones out or do no kind of recording. Once you do that, once you recording something and you got people all in this video, and man, listen here, man, you have no regard to the dog game. And that's why the dog game is the way it is now. You know, every other day I'm giving you some news. This is the second time I'm giving you news from South Carolina. And how many, forget the days, how many hours it been since I gave you the last news from South Carolina that happened in the Midlands, where they just arrested the two brothers from 2024 that thought they was gone. You know, not brothers as in blood brothers, but, you know, just a figure of speech. Thought they was gone from 2024, and now they got arrested. You know what I'm saying? And like I told you, they're not going to try to arrest you clean. They're going to try to get you with something else on you. That's going to make that dog fighting, you know, worse. So, hey, man, do what you want to do. I'm going to keep giving this news, fair and unbiased, raw and uncut. Don't give a damn what you say, what you feel, you know what I'm saying? And speaking my mind out here when it comes to these dogs. You know, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do at the end of the day. But what we're going to do for a few minutes is talk about some of these European dogs in the Hall of Fame that I did. You know, and if you don't know what I'm reading from, the Pitbull Encyclopedia. Like I said, we're going to go to it, baby. Talk about some of these European dogs in the European Hall of Fame, you know. First, you got Boogie Boy, you know. And you can't see it that clear from the camera to here. We got Boogie Boy, one of the first dogs that I'm speaking about. Bingo's grand champion, Boogie Boy. You know, and it was a good bit of film with him in it online. So brothers and sisters had a chance to see how he was doing in action and different things, you know. If you probably was wondering what these little, I want to say the exotics or micro bullies or whatever was on the other page. This is the chapter right here where I actually was talking about the cutting agent, you know, the cutting agent, the pit bull. The pit bull is used as a cutting agent for so many different breeds of dogs. To make this kind of dog, to make that kind of dog. Go get your pit bull, mix it with that, make you that kind of dog. You know, so that chapter was talking about the cutting agent. And it's followed by the European Game Dog Hall of Fame, where you got Boogie Boy at number 1. And I put these dogs in here in no order. It don't mean the Boogie Boy was the best dog. It's just how, you know, when they came to my memory. You know, and then I got the dog Gora. A lot of these kennel names I can't really pronounce, you know. So I'm gonna say the dog name, but the dog name is Gora. Gora. And you can look it up on online peds. You know, great dogs, man. Little stories behind these dogs in the book as well. You got Alpha Kennels Silver Rum. And like I said, all these dogs are European dogs in the Hall of Fame. You know, Alpha Kennels Silver Rum. You got SK and CK Damiano's Shinter. You got Bros Hampson, Rampage's Ship, which we all know, you know. And I'll be doing another video on Ship sometime soon just to get an update on it, because you know I did a video a while back when I was speaking about the fad dogs. You know, I was speaking about the fad dogs, El Tidra, Ship, Boogie Boy, and several other dogs from the European area that was kicking up dust, and their name was real heavy in the streets at that time, you know. And you know, and I was saying like, it's just a fad. Is it gonna run out? They haven't stood the test of time yet to say, oh, they better than this strain, or they better than these dogs, or they better than these dogs. Have they stood the test of time? And I'm gonna say, you know, I seen some great boogie boy dogs out there, some great ship dogs out there. Some of these dogs I haven't seen on the United States soil, or as far as their offspring, you know. But like I said, we got Virginia's Nookie. I could be pronouncing it wrong. It's a white dog right here, you know. Virginia's Nookie, and I could be pronouncing it wrong. That dog came off a whole litter, you know, a whole litter of great dogs, and them dogs white, you know. All these dogs right here. That's the whole litter right there. And like I said, you got Rebels Grand Champion Samson. You got Joker in Woods County. Joker in Woods County at the top. You got Lori's Ambrose. And the Woofy dog at the very bottom. You got Jaguar's Boogie Son. And y'all can do a ped search on these dogs to see how they bred. You don't, even if I don't say the kennel name, you can put the dog name and and still find the pedigree. Jensen Spike, Zettler's Oscar, and Zettler's Flo. Zettler's Oscar and Zettler's Flo is just some more of the dogs in the European Game Dog Hall of Fame. You know, talking about the Bolio dogs, when I say, are they the smart dogs that people claim they are? The smart dogs from the 80s. We always hear the smart, you know, but when we preserving all these traits with these Bolio dogs, this is what I'm saying, right? All the traits we preserving, all this good breeding we doing, which strain of the Bolio dog possesses at this moment right now the highest IQ levels? Which ones are the smartest, you know, out of the Bolio strand? Can you even rely on the Bolio strand as smart dogs nowadays? Everybody look at smartness different. Everybody look at smartness different. A smart dog is a smart dog. So how about this? Let me ask you a question. If say we got a dog named Blue Devil, right? From back in the days. He was supposed to be super smart, supposed to be, you know, just one smart ass dog. But his offspring, you know, and they they smart, but when I say smart, how do y'all put these dogs in these categories? He was smart in the box. He stayed out of trouble. He knew what to do. If that dog smart is where y'all say he's at, if that dog is smart as you say he is, then I should be able to take this dog out and train him. I should be able to take this dog out and he should catch on real fast. You see, I could take 10 different dogs from 10 different bloodlines in one day's time. See which one of them dogs is the smartest. Which one of them dogs is catching on the fastest. In one day's time, take 10 different dogs. If I take my whole day to take a little bit of time with this one, a little bit of time with this one, a little bit of time with this one, which one of these dogs is catching on fast? And I'm talking about as young dogs, puppies. You know, we can do a test. We can do puppies and we can do older dogs. Which one of them is catching on faster? You know, that's the one that I'm gonna say is the smartest. You know, when it comes to the square, if we gonna put all the, say the Bolio dogs or the super smart dogs, because what? because Bolio knew how to stay out of trouble? Was Bolio the only smart dog from off that line of dogs? Which one of the dogs that Bolio produced that they could say was smart enough to be talking about over other dogs being? You know, if the things they do, every dog do. Stay out of trouble, win the match. Red boy, stay out of trouble, win the match. Jeep dogs, stay out of trouble, win the match. Eli dogs, stay out of trouble, win the match. So what makes them smarter than these? You know, this is what I'm asking, brothers and sisters. And like I said, I could take 10 different puppies, 10 different dogs, 20 dogs altogether, 10 puppies, 10 dogs. Try each one of them dogs with different activities. Different problem-solving activities, and see which one the smartest. It don't matter about that damn fighting shit. Oh, you gonna tell me this dog's smarter than him because he stayed out of trouble in a fight? But then I take that same dog and put him in a problem-solving situation, and he can't do it. This other dog that you say wasn't that smart, figure this shit out fast and moving on to the next obstacle. Figure that one out fast and moving on to the next one. So it seems like he's a whole lot smarter. A lot of this stuff y'all saying is smart is fight or flight situations. You know, staying out of trouble and doing what they gotta do, you know, to survive. I mean, you could use the same example with humans. You know, because this man figured out how to survive in a boxing match longer than this man did, don't mean he's smarter than that man. Because when you take him out of that match and put him in any other scenario, he dumb as a box of bricks, and the man that you say wasn't as smart is a scholar. So a smart dog, in my opinion, shouldn't be limited to one thing. Oh, it's just in the box. We ain't talking about nothing but the box. You know, so I don't know, man. I'm just wondering where the smart dogs at in the Bolio line of dogs. 2026. You know what I'm saying? Which line of Bolio dogs can you say is the smartest? And this one thing we bad at. If I get up here, I ask you the question. Now, if I were to turn around and got up here and say, oh, these ones I'm breeding over here, they're some of the smartest Bolio dogs alive right now, folk will get mad because I'm repping my shit. I ask you a question. Which one is which? Which one of these dogs are smart? Which one of these dogs are producing the way y'all say they are producing? Nobody wants to answer. But when a man give you an answer, a true answer, you start hating. This game is filled up with so many haters. Some of y'all got so much hate in you don't even understand you got hate in you. You know, I came up in an era where it's a saying called make yourself a star. You know, you don't sit around dick riding and wishing. Make yourself a star. Do what you gotta do to put yourself on top. You know, make them understand who you is. Everybody ain't built the same. We don't, like I said before, we don't care about the go along to get along game. They're trying to fit in. I want you to like me. Do what you came here to do. Put your foot down. A lot of people can't put their foot down because they need acceptance. They need validation to put their foot down. If some of their heroes didn't put their foot down like that, then they're going to keep them from putting their foot down like that. Oh, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do that. Stay up under me. Stay up under me. Take these dogs from me. These the best dogs. Oh, I ain't the one. Like I said before, you know, The best thing you can do, no matter what you do, is the best job you can do, and don't do it to seek validation. Don't do shit to be down with something. Because once you do that, you're doing shit to be down with something, then once you get down with it, you're like, oh, this is what this is? This is what this is? Oh, man. I did all that bullshit and to be down with this? So, hey, man, like I said, which dogs are the smartest dogs from back in the days? They said the Bolio was real super smart, you know? But if you ask me, all the dogs are smart. I don't see what the Bolio dogs did to call them smarter than the Red Boy or the Jeep dogs or your so-and-so dogs. Only thing a brother can get up here and say is some of them dogs are dumb dogs. They straightforward. They just don't care. They just keep. Every bloodline got dogs like that in it. You know, it ain't just no Red Boy dogs. Got dogs that's gonna go. They just game. They don't care. All the bloodlines got dogs that do the same damn thing. Some of them finish. Some of them run. Some of them stay down for 2 or 3 hours. Some of them know how to stay out of trouble. Some of them, you know, they go different areas. All the bloods do the same damn thing. To an extent, you know, to an extent. As far as smartness wise, you know, and that's why I said before, you know, what's the difference between a super smart dog and a game dog? My brothers and sisters down in the chat, y'all hit that like button up, man. If you haven't hit that like button up yet, what's the difference between a smart dog and a game dog? So let me ask you this, because there's a thin line, a very, 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 very thin line between smartness and gameness. Oh, this dog's smart enough to stay out of trouble. He's smart enough to know I need to preserve my energy. He's smart enough to know this is time for me to dig in the face. This is time for me to dig in the throat. This is time for me to take some of them legs out. This is time for me to rest, roll over, give me a 5-minute breather. You know? And then you got dogs that'll go for 2 or 3 hours. How do you think a dog go for 2 and 3 hours? By knowing how to preserve his energy. The dog don't go 2 or 3, 4 or 5 hours just full steam ahead, the whole show. Full steam ahead, and he gonna last 4 hours. He gotta know when to turn it on and when to turn it off. Turn it back on and turn it back off again. And when he turn it off, he gotta know how not to get punished, how not to take damage to where he can't turn it back on when it's time to turn it back on again. You know, he may turn it off for 2 minutes. The other dog putting pressure on for 2 minutes, where he may relax, may look like get him a good hole and just hang in there. Where they say sometimes, oh, he went to sleep on the dog. He ain't going to sleep. He just got him a spot where he know he can relax for a minute. He can stay here and not take too much damage. So if he asleep, right? If that dog you say going to sleep, and the other dog stop fighting, do you think your dog gonna stay asleep? The other dog stop fighting, or the other dog just lay down, and your dog was what you call sleep on the bottom, and the dog that was winning, he just quit. Now your dog gonna stay asleep? He gonna stay down there snoring? No, he gonna turn it up and he gonna finish it off. Because he know when to turn it on, when to turn it off, stay out of trouble, don't get too much damage, you know? And like I said, it's a thin line between a super smart dog, or I'm gonna say it like this, it's a thin line between a smart dog, a dog being smart, and a dog being super game. You know? Oh, you know, and I always say styles, when you schooling a dog out is some of the most important part of a match dog's career back in them days. You know, Yeah, you could take a dog out with no schooling at all, and he'll go win his first show. But that dog may not know how to handle certain things. You know, he may not know how to adapt to certain things. He may not seem as smart as some of your more schooled out dogs seem. And that's why I said before, your dog won't be ready for a dog that been, give you an example, a dog that been rolled about 10 times already, never lost a show. You call them backyard. This ain't the conversation for that. You know, I'm talking to real bulldoggers. You know, he done been rolled about 10 times already. Now he about to go in for his first show, or he done got his first show. He a one-time winner, but he done been rolled about 10 times to the distance. And if it, so you bring a dog that never been rolled before and put him on him, he gonna have a hard time. Not saying that he's gonna lose, because he can still win, but he's gonna have a hard time because he don't know how to defend himself against certain things. That's the whole part of schooling back in the days, teaching a dog how to defend himself. And if your dog can learn how to defend himself and learn how to play the offensive role from schooling, what do you think he's gonna learn from quitting? What do you think he's gonna learn from teaching them bad habits? Same way, he's gonna learn all that stuff the same way as in schooling, you know? And like I always say, even when you bring these dogs that lost and these dogs that got beat, even when you bring them back out and they seeming like they doing good now, you got them on a better roll, you can never forget the fact that he knows how to quit in his head. You'll never take that out of his head. No matter what kind of record you creating with him, and what kind of wins he getting after he took that loss. That loss is always in his head. You see? Like I said, I know the box, and I know dog politics, dog behavior, dog communication. You know what these dogs thinking, what these dogs gonna do. A lot of that stuff I didn't know when I had Bo. You know, or when I had the next dog, or when I had San Quentin, or when I had Nitro, or when I had this dog or that dog. But it is what it is, my brothers and sisters. Like I said, man, appreciate anybody that bought their copy of the book. The next one will be out. You know, the reason why the second one is taking longer than this one took, because when I did this one, I completely stopped everything. You remember when I did this book, I stopped doing my shows. You know, I did maybe 1 or 2 shows here and there. 1 or 2 shows a week I was doing. Maybe about 3 shows a week. So I can write, you know, sit down and put it together. But with this one that I'm dropping now, I'm putting it together while I'm doing my shows, so it's taking me a longer period of time. I may go a week without actually doing any writing. You know, and the second one, this one that I'm putting out now, is gonna have just as much good information inside of it, to where only thing with the second book that I'm dropping, a person that don't care about pit bulls, period, will be able to get a whole bunch of knowledge out of it when it comes to taking care of their dogs, health-wise, diseases, and different things like that. You know, it's gonna, and I'm covering almost every single disease that I could think of known to a dog in that book. How to fix it, and if it's a home remedy to it, the home remedies to it. But like I said, man, I'm just here giving y'all that talk, giving y'all that dog news. You know what I'm saying? I see some of y'all brothers and sisters tonight on the live. It's your boy, PB K9s. Y'all stay safe. Y'all stay legal. Y'all subscribe to the channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that like button before you get up out of here. And remember where you got it from first. We out.
It's a proven fact that the American Pit Bull Terrier is one of the most fascinating dogs worldwide. Maybe you've been thinking about bringing one into your family and need an in-depth look at the history, health, temperament, and lineage. This only means there's one book for you. The Pit Bull Encyclopedia is your one-stop shop when it comes to your furry friend or companion. Knowledge is the key to running a successful program, so make sure your pit bull is secured by having your very own copy of the Pit Bull Encyclopedia. Why are you still hesitating about something you can do today?